Who give this guy belt? We need to check this. Wow, so Islam Makhachev apparently turned down Ilia Topuria for his next title defense. What kind of shit is going on in the UFC right now, man? We have Justin Gaethje, who just fought for the title in his last fight after a one-fight win streak against Benoit Saint-Denis. We now have Justin Gaethje, who seems to be the favorite to get the next title shot. He just beat the number 11 guy in the division, who he's beaten him before, and now he should get a title shot? No. The fact that Gaethje is even in the conversation right now is an absolute joke. The UFC is honestly turning into boxing. That's what it is. It's turning into boxing. It's annoying too because Islam Makhachev only fights like once every 8 months. So when we finally get to see him and we finally get the announcement that he's fighting, we don't want to see him against an undeserving title contender like Gaethje. And we keep getting the shit in other divisions too. Sean O'Malley getting an undeserved title rematch against Merab. John Jones still avoiding Tom Aspinall. The Gaethje fight is just a waste of a title fight. And the worst part is Islam Makhachev might only defend his belt maybe 1 or 2 more times before going up to welterweight. So the Ilia Topuria matchup could disappear just like that. We need to see Topuria versus Islam Makhachev because these guys are the 2 biggest stars in the UFC right now, and it's not even close. It's not even close. Topuria got honored at like a Real Madrid soccer game after his win against Volkanovski. Real Madrid is like the biggest sports club in the entire world. That's not even an exaggeration. Topuria is an absolute superstar, and he's just getting started. He's like 28 years old. And the number of buys on the pay-per-view event with Ilia and Islam would be massive. It would probably do over 1 million easily. And the stupid-ass fan saying Islam doesn't want to keep beating featherweights because he won't get any credit if he wins is absolutely asinine. Islam would get 100 times more credit for beating Topuria than he would Justin Gaethje. Everyone knows Justin Gaethje would just be a free title defense. And we don't get superstar fights like this very often. So when a fight like this could actually happen, when a fight like this presents itself, we have to make it happen. Dana White, Hunter Campbell, they need to do something about this. If they keep giving us title shots to undeserving contenders like Gaethje, it's just meaningless. It's an absolute joke right now. Send the contract to Islam, send it to Topuria, say this is the next matchup, make the fight happen. Islam, I think he would sign it. He's saying he's turning down Ilia right now, but honestly, I think Islam would still fight Topuria if the UFC pushed it. But come on, dude, don't you want to see this fight? The build-up, the anticipation, the discussions, the debate around who would win the fight would be incredible, man, just leading up to it. And I don't understand how the lightweight division ended up in this terrible spot. This has been the premier division for a long time, but the title fights have been absolutely terrible lately. Islam Makhachev just beat the number 10 Renato Moicano, who did fill in for Arman Tsarukyan, who dropped out. And Islam made it seem like Moicano didn't even belong in the UFC. That's how disgusting that fight was. And it's no disrespect to Moicano. It honestly just shows you how great Islam Makhachev is. But it also just shows you how badly we need actual, real, deserving contenders. Otherwise, you have guys like Moicano and Justin Gaethje going out there getting subbed in the first round. No one wants to see Justin Gaethje fight for the title for the 3rd time. He has no ground game. Let's just call it out for what it is, man. Islam Makhachev would get a free title defense, and he's creating a fake legacy. It would be Gaethje, Moicano, and Poirier as his last 3 title defenses if Gaethje gets the title shot. You can't call Islam the GOAT just because he keeps getting title defenses. You can't do it that way. Not if it's against guys like Justin Gaethje and Poirier, who are old, they're not in their prime anymore, they're coming off 1-fight win streaks. That would be creating a fake legacy, and the belt just seems to be getting more and more pointless, honestly, and we see this in other divisions as well. It's basically boxing, man. Right now, the UFC is boxing, and when the UFC refuses to give someone like Arman Tsarukyan a title fight next because he pulled out last minute, I get that. I get why they're doing that. They're trying to snub him for pulling out of the title shot. He didn't take advantage of the opportunity, but it's not like we have a lineup of guys behind him who are deserving of the title shot. So then you just end up snubbing the fans instead of an actual good fight that they're supposed to pay money for. I mean, I would say no one outside of Arman Tsarukyan in the division right now deserves the title shot, except Topuria. Charles Oliveira is number 2 in the division. He's only on a 1-fight win streak. He needs another win or 2 at least before he gets back into the title picture. Dustin Poirier just fought for the title. Max Holloway is coming off a brutal knockout loss. Dan Hooker needs a win in the top 5 to get himself a number 1 contenders fight. And then you also have 2 guys right now in the top 15 who are booked to fight. Only 2 guys, Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett. Bravo, they're actually fighting. Good for them. Other than that, we don't have any matchups currently booked. And this is the big issue. We don't have any deserving contenders. And when we do have a deserving contender like Arman Tsarukyan, the UFC is making an example out of him. So we just give the fight to Justin Gaethje next? That's freaking bullshit, dude. The only other guy right now is Ilia Topuria outside of Arman Tsarukyan. He vacated his belt. He knocked out 2 of the featherweight GOATs in a row, back to back. And Max Holloway is ranked number 5 at lightweight right now. So technically, Ilia Topuria has a win against the top 5 lightweight. And Islam Makhachev is turning down the fight because he wants Ilia Topuria to, quote-unquote, earn it. I understand his reasoning a little bit because he wants Ilia Topuria to fight a top-ranked lightweight first, beat him, and then get a title shot. But technically, Ilia Topuria beat Max Holloway, the number 5 lightweight. I know it didn't take place at lightweight, but he technically still beat a top 5 lightweight. And we know Islam Makhachev would accept the Justin Gaethje fight in a heartbeat. And Justin isn't even close to earning another title shot. And so when Islam says that he wants Ilia to quote-unquote earn it, it comes across as super hypocritical. And let's just call it out for what it is, man. It seems like he's avoiding the fight with Ilia more than anything. He wants to get another easy title defense against the Justin Gaethje and then probably move up to welterweight to try to get the second belt. Man, dude, I can't stand Belal Muhammad, but I honestly hope he keeps winning. Because if he does, Islam Makhachev won't go up to fight him because I think they're good buddies. Like, I don't think he would fight him. So if Belal keeps winning, I think the Islam and Topuria fight would end up happening at some point. So let's just pray, man, that Belal keeps winning so Islam has to stick around and fight Ilia. Islam Makhachev was the one that said, any opponent, anytime, when you're the champion, when you're the best, it doesn't matter who's across from you. That's what he said. Well, the Ilia Topuria fight is right there, man. We know Ilia has already said yes. He vacated the belt for this. I mean, it should at least be Arman Tsarukyan or Ilia Topuria. Those are clearly the 2 guys right now who could get a title shot in the lightweight division. And Ilia Topuria just beat arguably the 2 featherweight GOATs. Knocked him out both, back to back. So you could easily justify that matchup right now. And it would be a much bigger legacy fight than anyone else in the division. Justin Gaethje is a great name to have on paper, but it wouldn't be a great title defense right now. It would just be Gaethje filling in until we get another win for Arman Tsarukyan or Ilia Topuria, who already deserve it more than anyone else in the division. If Islam wants to truly be the GOAT of the sport, he needs to start fighting these deserving contenders because his last 3 title defenses, or at least his last 2, are a joke. The UFC needs to make this Ilia Topuria fight happen. They need to force his hand. Stop giving people what they want. Stop giving John Jones the easy fights he wants. It's a disgrace to the sport. Give Ilia Topuria Islam Makhachev. Make it happen. And in the meantime, we need to make some lightweight matchups so when the next couple of title fights happen, we actually have deserving contenders. We don't want to be in this spot again where we're giving someone like Gaethje a title shot because he beat someone once. Congratulations, you beat the number 11 guy in the division. You won 1 in a row. Now go fight someone else. Earn your title shot. Get out of the picture, man. Let's get guys like Charles Oliveira against Dustin Hooker or Charles Oliveira against Arman Tsarukyan again. The winner of these fights could get a matchup or at least be 1 win away from a title shot. Let's get some matchups made so we aren't in this position anymore. I don't want to see Islam Makhachev fight every 8 months and then get matched up with guys like Justin Gaethje. Aren't you sick and tired of this? Like, it's honestly getting really annoying because it's not just happening in lightweight, it's happening in other divisions too. Sean O'Malley's getting a rematch, undeserved. He hasn't fought anybody since his last loss. John Jones isn't fighting Tom Aspinall. Man, Dana White saying he needs to fix boxing, and one of the ways to do it is just to simply have the best fight the best, and then he turns around and does this with the UFC. It's like some sort of sick joke, man. But yeah, anyways, who do you guys think Islam should fight next? Do you think he's avoiding Ilia Topuria? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Till next time, peace.